It's very strange that there is no scripture where Jesus mentions the church. Not to say that Paul was wrong, but it was a shift from what Jesus most likely had planned and what his intentions were. More of an independent relationship. Now, it says, don't forsake yourselves gathering together. Well, with who? With devils, demons, antichrists, witches, and sorcerers? They're waiting for the FBI and CIA to come along and give them something so that they can cause others to fall? Based upon the psychological warfare wiring, the psychological torture wiring of criminals in government and private sector? Something said, why don't you go back to church? I said, for what? A bunch of people that don't know the truth or care for the truth? And the ones that know the truth don't want to say it because they're afraid to speak the truth? For what? Nothing there. The barren wasteland. Hollywood. Showmanship. Failure. Disgrace. Physical. Church is a physical place, not a spiritual place anymore. Now, there might be a few places here or there, but why go to one and not knowing whether it's one or the other? I spent my time in churches, and every time the CIA and FBI moved, they moved with them and failed my life. Back in the 90s, it started in the 90s. The CIA was fighting my church life. That's what government's for? That's what FBI is for? Fighting somebody's church life? Well, the church went along with them and came along with them and became the beast. That's just the reality of what it is. If you got a good church and you're having a fun time, then great. Maybe you want to go to Great Adventure or some Disneyland park and have a great time also, because that's all you're doing. Remember, I'll tell you right now, 90% of Republicans are not happy with their personal life. Now, I don't know how the question was asked. Most likely they called some place where people live in homes over $1 million. If I call zip codes where people are Republican and own homes over $1 million, the majority of those people would be happy with their lives, I'm sure of it. So I'm not sure how they entered that propaganda into the president's mainstream verbiage, but I think you need to take that kind of stuff out. It's getting too candy-coated, and your swing voters are going to shy away. They did it to McCain. McCain messed up, and his swing voters left within weeks of what he said. I can't remember today what it was, but I'm like, that's weird. What is McCain talking about? But at the time, I was a McCain supporter. And he said something that was so outlandish and off the wall. I'm like, people aren't going to vote for this guy. But again, remember, God will cause things to happen, such as Obama to get in office, because to show you're no different than Obama. Republicans and Democrats are no different, really, so far. But each state still operates under their leadership, and in some cases with their knowledge. So again, when a Democrat is put into office and all these things happen around a church, it doesn't mean that God didn't move it. The Bible speaks about Israel itself and Jerusalem and Judah being punished at times. So why would you be better than them? Theoretically, you should be, because you've had advanced knowledge, all those ages of knowledge that have come since the time that Judah and the others were originally punished. Not being Judah may want his tribe punished if it does the wrong thing. Again, yielding to God's judgment, not being a judgment of oneself. For God looks on the heart. And that's how God judges, period. Don't tell yourself there's some other way. Because what Satan's doing is getting you to do some evil, spiritual evil, heart evil, and then tell you your physical way will cover that over. Isn't that what the Inquisition was about? You pay enough money and they'll leave you be. They'll go after the poor people. or the real healers, quite frankly. That's why those type of movements occur. But we have an inquisition going on today, and it's within our government, and it's called the deep state. And they are killing people with novel people, although some are criminals. The people they're killing are not criminals, although some are criminals. Again, what they do is they say, look at that guy over there. Look at that gal over there. They've committed this egregious crime. Now, see that person over there? They're a witch, just like that person. It wasn't that thought that they used, but it's the same story. So they go ahead and tell you that everybody's going to offend that they know is going to offend, and it's their superior psychology that you worship. But yet, all of a sudden, somebody comes out of the blue and offends. And what do? They start it all over again. See what that person did right there? It's that person over there that's going to offend. So we have to psychologically do this to make sure it doesn't happen, or to test that person to see if they do it. Again, a witch's dunk test. But they tie a stone to the float. Because that's what they're doing. When you look at they're coming through me, I'm going to block them. If I'm an oracle, so, I'm a very large open channel. So if you look at what they're doing all the time, they're deceiving you, but yet you're worshiping it. They're altering people. They're testing two people and saying, look at this person over here. This person didn't fail because you didn't tie the stone to them. That's why they didn't drown. So again, their psychology is backed up by, but yet you can't sue them for it. So why do they care what they do? You can't sue them, and nobody's going to charge them because you'll be extorted by the CIA and all the private sector criminal enterprises if you try to charge an FBI agent that isn't written off to be charged. Their agency. And there are certain agents, such as Robin Gritz and Daniel Marks, that were targeted for termination. They tried to make Daniel Marks their sex slave, but she had enough power to get away from it. But of course, we defended Obama's FBI with Sessions, and we think Sessions is all right. I have to disagree with the senator here in Texas. The assassination of Daniel Marks. I guess his name is Cornyn. Somehow he believes Mr. Sessions is redeemable. He spent his first so many months defending the Obama FBI and DOJ. Now, in his mind, he's defending the DOJ, but that's not it. That was our opportunity to show that it was Obama's FBI that was actually what they're trying to say President Trump is. And they gave it up. They gave it all away. Sessions gave it all away. If Alabama votes for Sessions, obviously being political, and would be a Republican most likely at this point. However, Sessions we have to write Alabama off as a lost cause. It's Republican deep state, but it's still deep state. It's still the beast. It's still the Antichrist, the witches, the sorcerers, the devil. No matter how many times they go to church. Look at Judge Roy Moore, and I tried to support him, and I wanted to support him because you know what? If I support somebody in Sluther House, I might be able to influence them a little, to learn a little, and to understand where God is. But Deep State came along, and they somehow cooperated. At least that's what it appeared to be. It could have been anything, of course. But look at what he teaches. Scripture. It sounds like a broken record. He doesn't know how to get to the meat of the matter. He's all about physical judgment. Now, you can call it condemnation and causing others to fall and causing strife. So this is the hard part about Christianity for people to understand, is that we all cause strife. So once we all cause strife, we look at another person's abomination, we have to figure we're no different. We're all filthy rags. But again, you're all not even weak milk. You're all haven't even gotten to clean water. You're all still drinking out of the...
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pipeline Presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.